vampires,
crack.
werewolves. What?
Because Emily doesn't have a
crack.
white claw.
I don't have a
Cool.
white claw today. I
Cool.
ran out and I didn't
Good.
have high anymore.
Hammer
Crack.
Good evening, vampires, werewolves, and all other nocturnal beings. Welcome to Tiddies By Night, a Vampire the Masquerade actual play run entirely by creatures of marginalized genders and presented by Tabletop Tiddies. My name is Kelly, my pronouns are they, them, and I will be your storyteller for tonight. But before we get into the episode, we want to acknowledge the colonial history of Canada and how Canada has and continues to take from Indigenous people. The effects of colonization are still felt to this day, and we acknowledge that this episode is being recorded on the stolen lands of the Secwepemc, Semiahmoo, Katzie, Kwantlen, Musqueam, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, and Coast Salish First Nations. If you would like more information about the effects of colonization and support some Indigenous charities and organizations, you can go to the resources page on our website at tabletoptiddies.com/resources. But with me, I am joined by the investigators of the occult and unusual.
Why, hello there. My name is Emily Matchette. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Imogen Wright, the Salubri, whose pronouns are also she, her.
Hey everybody, I'm Charlene Bear. My pronouns are she, they, and I play Octavia Smith, the Tremere, whose pronouns are she, her.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rachel Theilade. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Evelyn Stormloft, the Nosferatu, whose pronouns are also she, her.
And we are once again joined by the incredible Dare.
Hi, I'm Dare. Pronouns they, he, she, as long as you mix them all up, I am good. I am playing the ever lovely disaster Leon Cavallo. Pronouns he, they. Of Clan Toreador, of course. But you can tell that by looking at me.
And we are using Sirenscape today on YouTube. It helps make our videos more atmospheric. You can use it too. It's free at sirenscape.com for all those good sound effects, musics, and our sire voices as well.
And usually this show would be going streaming live on Twitch. That is not currently happening this episode because Twitch is being a butt to be nice about it to marginalized creators and not protecting them, and we aren't about that. So we are taking a break off of Twitch for this episode. So thank you all for either watching on YouTube or listening to this podcast. One thing I will also recommend doing is not just for this week, but in general, just finding ways to support your favorite marginalized creators off of Twitch, be it Patreon, Ko-fi, any way that you follow them on Twitter, they will post links to ways that you can support them. And that is always a great way to support anybody because some people do this for a living and need to pay bills. So
Yeah.
highly recommend just helping people out and helping them do that because this is a job for peeps and we love supporting our fam in this community.
For sure.
Yeah. Is it actually Ko-fi?
I thought it was coffee.
Is it
I
coffee?
say Ko-fi.
I
Coffee
I've heard
makes the most sense.
I've heard multiple
Out
pronunciations.
to pronouns.
We all had a different
it's
one,
like
and
you
that's the
buy
most
them
trendy.
That's
coffee.
the amazing.
Yeah, it's like buying them a coffee.
Buying them a coffee, yeah.
$5
No,
thing.
that made
It ro-
that tracks. That makes so much
it is.
sense.
It is Ko-fi because it
Okay.
rhymes.
Yeah.
It rhymes with no fee.
Apparently.
What?
Says
No fee. Oh,
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I-
I reject this reality. I'm going to write my own.
Anyways, possible triggers for this episode: gaslighting, body horror, general horror, and cannibalism and all the vampire goodness. Also, carnivals. We've somehow we've overlapped at this point. Just all carnivals all the way down. Are we all ready?
Ready.
Yes.
Then.
no.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
We'll wait for you.
Well, this was a great
I'm
episode. Thank you all for coming.
Let me know when you're
I'm
ready.
scared, guys.
It's okay.
Sam, y'all, I scared.
Previously on
Okay.
Tiddies by Night, the coterie was joined by a toreador by the name of Leon Cavallo, who has offered to investigate a carnival With vague instructions, the group hesitantly agreed to join them. As they approached the macabre affair, Octavia was struck with premonitions of voices calling out for help and a loud scream breaking through it all. But the harrowing warning only proved that something truly was wrong with the carnival. It quickly became clear that the attractions of this place were not right, as they all held signs of major masquerade breaches. They first went to the Ravnos puppet show that told one of the tales of how the clan started. Then they split up to check out Malk's Hall of Mirrors and the Chantry of Curious Contraptions. Evelyn and Leon discovered that the mirrors held the souls of those who are trapped within, while Imogen and Octavia found several jump scares in the Chantry. But one object pulled their attention, a porcelain doll with the name Marguerite. I'm going to post once again in the Zoom all of the attractions here, even though you are still in 2 of them. It will help you inform your decisions. So there's the Chantry of Curious Contraptions, Dracula's Demented Domain, Malk's Hall of Mirrors, Baba Yaga's Bestial Freak Show, Venture Game of Chance, and the Ravnos Puppet Show, of course. But I'm going to roll this dice to see who we join first, as both of you are having a moment right now. So odds will be the couple in the mirrors, and evens will be the Chantry goers. That's a 2. So we're gonna head back to the Chantry. Octavia and Imogen, you've been exploring the quote-unquote Chantry, finding mostly dumb jump scares, but Imogen has stumbled upon this almost like the jewelry case of a porcelain doll with a cracked face that has the name Marguerite. What are y'all up to? How's it going?
Octavia, I think you should come here. Well, this spot here, there is a doll, and it has a label that says Marguerite on it.
Does it look like Marguerite?
Does it look like Marguerite?
Not
Like,
really. No, not really. Marguerite very much dresses in like what would you would consider just like common attire. Her appearance is very like rough for her position and stuff like that. And this doll is very much like pretty and made up, well sort of damaged and destroyed, and it's got a very like frilly dress and nice fineries and stuff.
what color is the doll's hair?
It's kind of like faded blonde. It looks like it was maybe like a wire blonde, but it is now sort of like dusty and sunburnt a little bit.
Well, just
Not
to be
quite great
safe, I may as well see what we can see. And I would like to scry the soul of this doll.
All right.
See if there is anything there.
So I gotta roll a subterfuge and composure for the doll, I think.
And I'm rolling intelligence and aspects.
Does the doll have a character sheet?
Listen.
It does now.
I guess. Spoilers.
2 10s.
Nice.
And an 8. So the rest are fails. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 5.
5 successes. So you can ask 3 questions about this doll.
Okay. Is this the Marguerite that I'm thinking it is? Being our Marguerite.
You don't feel any sort of soul connection between the 2 people.
Okay.
The doll and the
Yeah.
you know
Is
what I mean.
there a soul attached to this doll at all? I should have asked that first.
There is.
Oh.
Ah!
Does the spirit want to be free?
It seems ambivalent to the point of like possibly not realizing it's there.
Oh, that's sad. Imogen, there seems to be some sort of spirit attached to this porcelain doll, but it's not the Marguerite that I thought it was. I don't know why my brain instantly went there. But the soul seems not... I can't think of a better word than ambivalent about whether it wants to be saved or not. I was like, what is a synonym? Nothing's coming to me. But
Nonplussed.
the fact that it is so je ne sais quoi, I feel extra inclined to save it. Am I wrong here? What are you feeling in this moment?
I'm sorry, did you just say there's a soul in that doll? I would like to move away from the doll
Cool.
and maybe see what else is here. And she takes like 4 or 5 steps back away from the doll.
Just like, hey, here's the MacGuffin to the horror movie. I don't touch it.
How big is the doll?
No.
It's pretty like small, maybe like
Can
a
it fit in one of my bags?
foot and a half tall.
Oh my god, are you?
Oh, a foot and a half? That's pretty big.
Yeah,
I might. I touch the doll.
it's like in a case.
I
Like with a
open the
glass.
case.
Give me a willpower check.
Fuck.
You fool.
You fool.
You did this.
Where is my willpower?
You hate
There
to
we
see
go.
this.
I've done it to myself.
You did this to us. You put it.
This is
literal
Hellraiser
exact
begins.
doll.
4 successes.
You take 2 points of superficial damage as you reach and get close enough to the case. You feel like your hand start to spasm as if the muscles are all tightening, and you can feel like your fingers start to crack a bit as they're pulled too tight. Yeah, it does not allow you to get close enough to the case.
Oh, I can't even touch it.
There's
But
some-
this is so strange. Ow. We could touch the other objects, but something about this case is preventing me from getting any closer.
Give me an intelligence and occult.
Oh my god. I'm so intrigued.
I'll give her hand a little massage though while she's
You can feel like
doing
the
whatever she's doing. 'Cause
like-
I've got 4 medicine.
every knuckle seems to be like dislocated, and you start like
Oh,
cracking them back into
gross.
place.
Ow.
Ooh,
Ow.
it's fine. My younger brother did this once falling out of a tree.
Oh. I'm glad you have experience then to help me with my hand. 3 successes.
As a Tremere, you know that there are certain wards
Wards?
that can be cast on things. It would be it's unclear to you whether or not that is the case here, if it's like a Tremere ward, but you do recognize it as some sort of warding.
If you're so interested, maybe we should ask. There was someone at the front, wasn't there?
Yes, but I'm beginning to not trust anyone that seems to be affiliated with this place.
You know what? That's also fair feelings to have, I think.
But Imogen, you were very curious about the other objects. Perhaps...
You know what? Not
Hmm?
not particularly. Honestly, this entire building is kind of freaking me out a little bit, if I'm being completely honest.
Do you want to
But-
leave?
By all means, well, let's check out the next one. And I go. I march away.
You just hear
I got a
Imogen-
brave
to
face.
leave.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I'll
Love
follow the footsteps.
You, Imogen, find a sort of like a nice old-timey like frilly table. It's just like a side table with like one of those frilly tablecloths that everyone's grandmother owns. And on top is almost like a cylinder, a hollowed out cylinder with no top, that is made up of these panels going all around. And there is another placard that says, "The Maiden Zeotrope, a cylinder made of several papers with images on them. Spinning the cylinder will make the images animate. They depict a woman in a ball gown, curtsying with 3 children standing around her. Legend says that a group of children arranged the pictures in such a way that the woman inside became real and pulled their souls into the images."
That's absolutely horrifying.
Mm.
But
I
wait
think
a
you should
second.
try it.
What?
Just pure chaos.
Wait, real question though. Do we have souls to lose to get sucked in?
Well, that are you asking me or are you asking in general?
No, I'm asking.
Like in character? Okay. Well, that is up for debate. It may be. I know that you were quite the Catholic girl. I don't mean to burst your bubble, but I don't believe we have souls anymore.
Well then, okay, and I'll go do the thing.
Are you gonna go spin it?
Yeah, I'll go spin it. Fuck these rules.
As you approach it and begin spinning the cylinder, you see inside this like flickering image of a woman in a gown, sort of curtsying, and these 3 children kind of like hiding around her dress a little bit. And you hear what sounds like a needle drop, and the recording of children laughing coming from somewhere nearby.
So just another trick.
Seems like it.
Oh, that was very ominous sounds.
It didn't really do anything though. But I guess it wouldn't if I don't have a soul and I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna keep on going.
This is a crisis.
Imogen, darling, it's not that you may have a soul, but don't you find it strange that all of these objects seem to be ruses, tricks, nothing of the treat kind, except for that doll?
Would you like to go back to the doll?
I'm so intrigued. This may be, I would love to revisit it. We don't have to do it right now, but if it is, I have a feeling warded against people like us. But perhaps we can find a friend to open it for us instead.
Sure.
You have a knack for persuading folks, don't you?
Sure.
And we'll keep going to the next
yeah.
thing.
All right. As you continue on to the final of the attractions here in the Chantry, we are going to jump back to the Hall of Mirrors. So currently, Evelyn is a little lost, having a little bit of trouble getting through. Leon, you still have Sense the Unseen active and are sort of being led by these like ghostly figures just hauntingly pointing you towards the exit, but you can still hear Evelyn sort of struggling deeper
Yes,
in.
I'm also still invisible, right? Like I'm, or
Yes.
not invisible, but like unseen passage happened, so you can't.
Yeah, I
I don't
believe
call
Leon
attention
didn't.
to myself.
I
Yeah.
think Leon did not roll high enough even to
Nope.
detect where you are.
Yeah. Yeah. I may have just fucked myself. You can even be like, I see you, go this way.
I will come back for you.
You see some of the spirits like, no, it's this way to the exit.
Wonderful. Evelyn, dear, do you happen
Yes.
to... Can you follow the sound of my voice? I cannot see you.
I'm currently trying to do so.
I sort of motion to the mirror ghost. Do any of you have the capacity to see the unseen?
Some like, kind of like empty-eyed looking woman from ages past, not even wearing an outfit that you recognize as being in vogue, sort of looks at you and says, "We are unable to see her, sir."
Well, Evelyn, could you potentially turn off the ability to be unseen?
Fine. I'll turn it off, fuck it.
We see her now, sir.
Can you help guide her back to me, please?
Of course. And Evelyn, you see like a kind of like in a wave of pointing, these spirits. Or no, you wouldn't. Sorry, you can't see this.
I can't see the unseen.
True.
I can't see shit.
Um,
What a conundrum.
Like,
you can. Tell you what.
whatever you are attempting to do, it is not working. So if you want to just keep talking, I could attempt to just get out the normal way.
I'm not going to leave you behind. What sort of gentleman would I be? I will go venture back in with the help of the ghost to find Evelyn.
Nice. Evelyn, roll 2 d10s with numbers on them and pick the higher number.
All right.
Now you get advantage.
Yeah, we'll call this
7.
All right.
7.
So it's a bit of a hassle. You start like reaching out for Leon's hand as he begins to appear. Your hand like bumps mirrors until finally your hand meets theirs, and the two of you are joined together as the spirits begin to like usher you towards the exit again.
As soon as we're out, I immediately remove my hand.
Just a little bit of like slime is on your hand, Leon.
As smoothly as possible. If there's anyone just sort of walking by, just I hope you're having a wonderful time as well. Just that sort of thing, exactly.
Yeah.
I do also thank the spirits for their help on the way out, of course.
As you're like exiting, you can see some of the ones in the mirrors closer to the exit. Like as you push aside the curtain, a few of them like are trying to reach for the exit as you leave. And you manage to get out. You see like the not you know who gesturing more people in as they pass. Just give me a quick dex and subterfuge to see if anyone notices you brush the slime onto their outfits.
Dex and subterfuge. Oh, well. Good at one of those, nothing at the other.
Hell yeah.
All right, that was 2 successes.
Yeah, you're fine. They serve liquor at this adult carnival, so some people are starting to get a little bit tipsy and don't manage to notice. But yeah, the two of you are now outside of the second exit, or the second door to the Malk's Hall of Mirrors, and have exited.
Well, that was something. Have I been made aware that the spirits were there, or is that just because I couldn't see them, so I don't know if I know.
I mean, Leon did call out for the spirits to help you.
Yes. Okay. Who were you talking to?
Oh, I can't remember if I mentioned this in passing or not, but I do have the ability to see that which is unseen sometimes, and there happen to be quite a bit. I could not think of anything better to say to describe the amount of spirits in that Hall of Mirrors, but I do want to save them if I can. Also, that's why I wanted to make sure you didn't hit any, because we don't know what's going to happen with that one, and I don't feel great about it.
Yes, I thought I heard something crack. Did you hit something?
Yes.
Pity.
I just had the rapier at my side, and I wanted to make sure. Something seemed to be impersonating you, and I was concerned.
Understandable. Well, shall we meet up with the others, or shall we find another place to go? We've got a few more exhibits that we have not yet ventured into, or do we want to figure out a way to deal with this one right now?
Do we know where they went?
Yeah, you guys know that they
Okay.
went to the Chantry.
Yeah.
Do you think they're still at the Chantry, or are we?
I'm sure,
finish faster?
absolutely. I do certainly believe that Octavia would take her time with anything she found there.
Yeah.
Do we want to help, or do we want to maybe finish the job at a few of the other ones?
Well, we certainly could. I don't see why not.
I'll tell you what, I'm feeling a little lucky.
You don't say.
I mean, I'm always feeling quite lucky, but today is something special. It's a carnival. It's the season.
Well, a game of chance then?
Absolutely. You lead the way.
Very well.
So you head over to the Ventrue Games of Chance, I presume?
Yes.
Heck yes. Then we will head on back to the Chantry as the Imogen, as you walk into the next sort of curtained area, the main sort of space is actually empty. And for a moment, it looks almost like there's no exhibit here. You see a plaque on the wall under what appears to be a blacked out cameo, like a large one, that says "The Black Mirror," and it is a elegantly carved, again, kind of looks like a cameo with a pitch black mirror set into it. And as you sort of look at it, you see nothing in its reflection until Octavia follows up behind you, and you see her kind of like stop behind you as you stare into it.
Whatever's supposed to happen here is not going to be very fun because I have no reflection and you can't see yours.
That is very true.
Give me a wits and awareness, Imogen.
Okay.
We picked the perfect people to come in this exhibit.
I love it.
Wow. One success.
Oof.
Wait, I was one die short.
Ooh.
Could be two.
One success.
Oh.
You can also use your willpower if you wish.
Yeah. Two successes. That wasn't fucking worth it.
Nice.
Oof.
So at this distance, again, you can just see Octavia sort of standing there looking around. And you start to see like movement in the mirror, kind of like pale-ish humanoid figures moving around somewhere within the mirror itself.
Octavia, it does seem like there might be something in the mirror, though.
A black mirror. Is that, and then I try and think back on if I've ever heard of such a thing in legend.
Give me an intelligence and occult.
Can I add ghost specialty?
No.
Okay.
No, you may not.
1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Yeah, you remember, again, not in any of your like actual occult books, but like fairy tale of something called the Black Mirror. And it's supposed to be a window into a parallel plane of spirits and ghosts, and legend tells of a person who had stood in front of it because they swear they saw the ghost of their loved one and they starved. And so this apparently claims to be the Black Mirror of legend.
Of course, the childhood story of the Black Mirror. You must be careful. It is a good thing, in fact, Imogen, that you can't see your reflection, as you may be stuck staring for quite some time, depending on what you see. Folks have been known to stare searching for ghosts or parallel beings, or in fact a lost lover. But if neither of us can see what's inside, then perhaps we should be on our way.
Do the figures that I see become any clearer?
Do you walk closer?
Yeah, I do.
As you walk closer, you start to see sort of clearer this like wispy, shadowy figure, pale with almost like no identifying features on their face, just like a soft bump, almost like a mannequin's face. And they just sort of seem to be like floating there, looking at the mirror. And give me another wits and awareness as you approach closer.
2 successes.
Give me a willpower as well.
Uh-oh.
Yikes.
3 successes.
All right. For a moment, as you're looking at the mirror, you get this like strange nostalgic feeling, and for a moment, the image in the mirror kind of reminds you of your aunt. And you sort of look at it for a moment and get that feeling of like comfort as you stare into the mirror, until you get close enough and realize that the frame of the mirror itself doesn't actually hold the mirror. The frame is just sort of like bolted into the wall, and the mirror is almost set up behind the curtain, like the curtained walls. And it appears to be some sort of like illusion of somebody standing behind it. And the mirror is like kind of like those police mirrors that they look through. It's just a one-way mirror. But you can tell that the person inside can see that you're not reflecting, and starts to get a bit suspicious.
I back up immediately. Yeah.
As you just rush away from the mirror.
Yep.
And that was the final attraction inside of the Chantry of Curious Contraptions.
Well, that was quite scary, wasn't it? Are we feeling like we need a snack? Darling Imogen.
I'm actually not that hungry. To be honest, do you need a snack?
I thought there's so much carnival food here, such delicious smells. We may as well try something new. And then I wink in the empty space that I think Imogen's at.
Methinks she doth protest too much.
I'm a little bit confused, and I like lean in. I'm like, we can't.
No, come, let's go. And I pull you out. I try to and walk out of the exhibit.
Sweet baby.
You never know who might be listening.
Oh, right. Well, that's why I was going to whisper.
Fair enough.
As you exit again through the like velvety drapes back out into the carnival itself, you can see everybody is still having a lot of fun. There's tons of like spookily dressed up couples and stuff sort of roaming around. And you spot Leon and Evelyn heading towards the Venture Games of Chance, which we are now going to jump to. So there's like a bit of doubling up. There's like the stands that are like 2 stands next to each other that they're kind of the same game, being run by different people. And you see that there is a sack throwing game. One of those rope ladder ones where you have to like climb up the rope ladder to the other side of the booth, and a ring toss. Sort of one of those ones where you have to throw a ring onto like an array of glass cups. And that's sort of like the main attractions right now.
Can I watch the ring toss? And can I like just observe for a bit and see if, as someone who knows how to deceive people, if I can see if any of these are rigged? Perhaps.
Sure. Which one are you staring at first?
I think I'd like to stare at the ring toss first.
All right, give me
Because I feel like that's the easiest to tell if it's rigged or not. If people are actually like racing, I feel like that's a little bit more. That might actually be valid.
Give me that good old wits and awareness, and everyone take a drink.
Woohoo! Pumpkin spice latte!
I'm gonna go ahead and use a willpower on that one.
Okay, sounds good.
That was literally only 1 success, and now I got 2, so I don't think I can tell.
All right.
Which makes me upset.
So you're watching this game for a bit. It takes a bit for a couple to come up. Leon, while she's doing this, what are you up to?
I think I was going to find somebody to ask if they'd be willing to win me something, to see if they could.
Ooh. All right. You also, what kind of person are you looking for? Are you looking for like someone who's alone? Are you gonna try to get a couple to play for you, or what are you looking for?
Someone who's alone.
All right, give me a wits and awareness then.
All right. Oh wow, that's a lot of dice actually.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. Not too bad. That is 5 successes.
All right. So as you see, like a few people like wandering around, joking with each other. There's like a few like young adult crowds who've come for they're the kind of group that drink wine in the graveyard. And you find like a few couples that one person's trying to impress the other person. You find just eating this like sort of dark, macabre. I was gonna say beard papa. What the hell's the English?
Cotton candy.
Cotton candy. You've ruined me, Sharon.
Fun fact, Bal de Papa is cotton candy
I hate
in
it.
French, which if you directly translate word for word is beard papa.
I hate it. Thanks, I hate it.
I love it.
I love that so much.
French need to be stopped.
Yeah. You see kind of like this like scrawny looking person in a like 2-floor black cape and sort of like a half skull mask, just like eating the cotton candy by themselves, watching the games of chance.
Hello, you look quite fetching in all the beautiful macabre. It is wonderful to make your acquaintance, by the way. I offer my hand out, of course.
They'll like put it back for a moment. Thank you. I've never been to the. Oh, puts out a hand.
Of course, just gently kiss the top of the hand.
Oof, I've never been to anything like this before. I just I don't have. Not a lot of people want to come to something like this, but are you enjoying it?
I have a keen eye for the nightlife, and I tend to find fascinating people in the moonlight. And you've been so fetching, you've caught my eye.
Oh, they kind of like look down, like in that way. It's like, are you sure?
Of course. Too real.
Thank you.
I was a little curious, however, as to the nature of some of these games, and I wanted to accompany you and maybe see how some of them worked and potentially win one or two to sort of have a prize to remember this wonderful evening.
Of course. I've been watching them quite closely myself, and kind of like leans in, like they're gonna tell you this huge big secret. I've heard from a lot of individuals that these are actually rigged a little bit.
It ruined the sanctity of a good game.
Right, but if once you've learned how to play them right, you can gouge them for all they're worth, so to speak.
I do truly hope maybe you have that analytical eye.
Of course. I brought it to the lads, and we worked it out. We've got a system for how to beat these, and surefire away.
I would love to see you work.
Really? Of course.
Absolutely.
What pulls your fancy?
I think I'm gonna go with the ring toss as well. It's clearly the most famously rigged one.
Of course. So you lead this person who's now like, they've gone from being like awkward that somebody approached them to immensely proud of how they're going to show you how smart they are to beat these things.
The scientific power of girls are watching.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Evelyn is hanging way the fuck back and letting this happen.
Okay.
BT dubs.
Yeah.
Just like, all right, I'm into this. You just work. You work your magic.
So you've been sort of scoping it out, and as from your perspective and sort of where you're watching, it's really hard to tell how these are rigged. And like you've seen like the boisterous boyfriend come over and be like, I can do this, and starts throwing a bunch of rings and just fucking bounces everywhere. And haven't really got a good scope on like anybody who seems to understand it.
Right. I think Evelyn also kind of whispers to herself, I wonder if there's something Octavia could see that I could not. I feel like this might be something magical or supernatural about this. Just kind of like in her own brain, just kind of like,
Ghost rigged is the worst.
Ghost rigged.
So as you approach with this individual, Leon, you see just like the most uninterested person sitting on a stool next to the booth. They seem a bit younger than the rest of the people who've been working here, but still have that like red and white striped outfit. They're wearing sort of like shorts with suspenders and have like a ruffled coat with a little bow tie. And they say, "All right, simple enough, isn't it? In it? Damn it, I wrote in it and didn't say in it. Simple enough, in it." Throw the rings on the bottle, win the prize. 3 rings, you get 1 to... 3 rings, you just need 1 to land. And they sort of like go back to just like barely paying attention. And your gentleman caller says, all right, so what they do, and they expect you not to notice, is that the bottles are actually basically the same size as the inner part of the ring. So you've got to huck it as best as you can, put a little spin on it, and when it lands, it'll kind of like a corkscrew. Its way onto the bottle. Kind of like cracks their knuckles and says, "Watch and learn."
I'm all eyes.
And just like straightens up their back and sort of still with one hand holding the cotton candy, just like chucks it, and it goes pa-tink, dink, 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 and bounces off.
Do you want me to hold that for you?
Sure, yes. Throwing off my balance, obviously.
I understand. It's okay.
Got to put a little spin on it. The first one's, good to test to see how it's with the weight of the rings and whatnot. And again, just sort of like worse this time, like spirals in the air as they flip a bit too hard, and it goes ding 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 and falls in between a bunch of the cups or glasses and says, the one we had back at the pub.
I lean back in. You are going to be absolutely amazing, my dear. Just have faith in yourself. I do.
You see just like bright red cheeks. Of course. All right. I've got this one. And just like sits there for a while, staring at the glasses. All right. Come on, Miles. You've got this. Slips out of their hand before they even throw it and tumbles down.
Oh no!
You hate to see it.
All right. Well, that's 3 rings in it. You can buy 3 more, or you can move along.
How do I have money? How does money work?
Yeah, so you've all just got like, again, an arbitrary amount of tickets. You're on an investigation mission. You bought enough tickets to...
This is a business expense.
Exactly.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. We ain't paying for shit.
When the tax man comes a call, it's going to say, La Foire de Nuit.
Yeah.
And no questions asked, apparently.
We'll worry about that then.
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason, and maybe it wasn't quite that time, but I have all night if you're willing to go another round.
Why don't we make a sport of it? How about first one to land a ring? I don't know. What do you want to trade?
This is a fun dare question. I'm planning on dipping the second this goes good or bad for me any longer. True Leon energy. Have you ever? What type of house do I have again?
you have like 5 houses. Some of them are like nice like mini castles on the top of hills. Some of them are like downtown estate apartments.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to a castle on the hill?
No. I mean, again, like I said, not many of my friends are too into the macabre. They.
Well, how about a night in the castle? It may or may not happen to be mine, and I may or may not happen to sleep there, but let's see what happens if you manage to win this.
All right. And what do you want from me if I win?
Just whatever the gift is. You've given me so much already.
Fair enough. All right. Evelyn, while this is going down, what are you up to?
I think I'm gonna get a little bit closer, but just like on the other end. Like I don't want to go like in their group.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm just like, this is a moment. This is a moment, and I don't want to be like, nah, he's there with me. You know, like
Yeah.
that.
Big Toreador energy coming off.
Yeah,
Of this.
I'm like, they might be, for all I know, they might be a little hungry, looking for a bite later. You know, I don't know. So
Or a little
I'm
thirsty.
just, yeah, either or. So I feel like I'm gonna get a little closer to the events, see if I can see anything more with the ring toss, and then I'm gonna eye the ladder race thing.
All right.
Because I'm curious to see if possibly, if I could play with Soaring Leap enough to pretend that I'm just fast enough, that, faster than the humans. Just not to blow my cover, but just be like, would this work? But I
Yeah.
want to look at it first to see what exactly it entails, because I don't know if it would work.
So
Yeah.
give me another wits and awareness on this one.
Please don't fuck me, dice. That's 3 successes.
Yeah. Again, it's like you can see the people going up and like start to begin to crawl up the rungs and then for sort of fall off. And the Carney is doing that thing where like they prove that it's doable by getting up and doing it themselves, but with 3 it's hard to tell what they're doing different than everybody else to make it work.
Hold. Can I for the Carnies, could I sense the beast on one of them to see if they are perhaps vamps?
You can definitely try.
Cool. All I wrote in this is roll stuff, which is not helpful. I don't know why I wrote that. I feel like that's one of the things I hardly ever use because I'm always with Octavia and she always does it before.
So it's resolve and animalism versus
Thank
my
you.
composure and
I
subterfuge.
knew it was the animalism because that's the power I'm using. But I'm like, I don't know what the other one was. Sorry, it's animalism and resolve, you said, yes?
Correct, yes.
Okay. I think I only have 1 in animalism, so that is literally the same amount of dice that I have been rolling this entire time. Oh, that's better. That's 4 successes.
You sense something, but can't tell what it is. It's not.
But it's not kindred.
It's not. No. Again, it's hard to tell. They have they have something in them that's not just human, but you can't really pinpoint what it is.
Interesting. I don't like it. I mean, I might just go ahead and try then. I just want to see if I can do it.
Just do it raw?
If
Or are you
there's-
going to use your soaring leap?
I'm gonna try to use
There's so
Soaring
many
Leap.
double entendres in this like last
Damn
10 minutes.
Oh.
Who could, how did that happen?
Ow, I'm gonna climb a fucking ladder, Shar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
are you
what
gonna
are you
do it
talking
raw?
about?
Do it raw.
Shar.
I didn't say it. I'm going to attempt to try. I think it might be. I don't know how this would work because it's Soaring Leap is like you can jump real high. So I wonder if I can just like do a bunch of them to
Yeah,
make
you-
it look like I'm
Are you
like
like
just hopping.
Like I envision it that you're trying to like angle your jump so that you just like slide along the ladder while like miming your hands to look
Yeah.
like you're...
Yeah, sure.
Like you
We'll
literally
go with
want
that.
to Twilight this where you jump up a tree but you're just wiggling your arms about.
Yeah, this is up to you whether or not this would work. Because I feel like I might be gaming it a bit here.
All right. So as you approach, you see it like this fairly like athletic looking woman with the red and white striped shirt, suspenders, and like big brown slacks. And her hair is sort of done up in a bun, and she says, "The goal of this one is to make your way to the top of the ladder without falling off. Couldn't be easier." And sort of like looks
Understand.
at you and reaches out for the arbitrary amount of tickets. It doesn't fucking matter.
As I give her the tickets, I would like to activate Daunt.
Ooh. She kind of like backs up a little bit and like reaches out and says, "That's quite a getup you got there."
Yes. This type of thing is very much my aesthetic.
Well, I'm glad that we can appeal to the creatures of the night, so to speak. I know that London in particular is pretty,
I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
well, you know, and kind of like gestures towards like the people wearing like masks and all black and stuff like that. The more what do you say? I don't know, macabre seems to be going around.
Yes. Quite. Shall we?
Of course. Go ahead. And you sit there. There's two ladders sort of set up, suspended
I'm
above this.
so worried that this is going to be some magic bullshit.
So you are going to try to use
Yeah.
Soaring Leap.
Yeah.
So I will say, just with Soaring Leap, you can 100% make it to the point you're trying to get to. But I'm gonna need something to make it not look like you just fucking jumped
Yeah.
up there.
Yep.
Let's say manipulation and performance.
Fucking hell, I don't have anything in performance. I have larceny and fucking streetwise, so that's fine.
Athletics?
No, because this is
Because
one.
this is a fucking fate
Yeah.
for sure.
You're just sort of trying to mime climbing up this thing.
Can I rouse the blood
Mm-hmm.
for this? Okay,
There
that
you
gives
go.
me I need to do a rouse check.
Yeah.
Do that. Okay. That was a success, so that's
Nice.
cool. How many does that give me again?
2 at your level.
Okay. 5 successes.
Okay. Thank the
Thank
Lord.
fuck.
So
This was a risky little thing I just pulled off, but
So you kind
Alright.
of make it look like you're squaring up to basically sprint up the thing. As your idea is to just book it up there. And
Yeah.
as you do, you push off the ground, leaving a little bit of an indent in the dirt. I don't know, I guess it's cobblestone. It's in the middle of a town square.
Yeah,
And just
okay.
start like expertly landing your hand.
I'm just like, yes, I know how to climb shit.
Yeah.
Let's go.
baby, run.
Just putting enough pressure on each rung to make it look like you're actually touching them and landing, and you just slam your hand on the little indented button at the top, and a little thing, kind of like a little flag, sort of pops up, and she says, "Whoa! All right, well, it's clear you've done this before. All right, then you've won the prize, I guess." And sort of like reaches in a box as you come back and pulls out what appears to be a wooden disc with a picture of a empty bird cage on one side and a bird on the other side, and there are 2 little strings on each side.
Oh, and you spin it, and then the bird is in the cage. Yep,
Yeah.
I totally know what. Yep.
This is called a thaumatrope, and she sort of like just pulls it for you, and you can see the cage fill up with the bird, and she says, "Here you go."
That's adorable. Tell me, I have a question for you. I still have Daunt on, by the way. I have not turned it off.
Yeah.
How many people win this? Any of these? I'm curious. You seemed rather surprised that I was able to do so.
I mean, I was more surprised at the swiftiness at which you did it. You know, we don't. It's not supposed to be easy. It's a feat in itself.
Oh, but you made it look so. All of you make it look so seamless, and some of the young men and women coming to do this seem like they are in a decent enough shape. I'm surprised that you were so surprised.
Well, I mean, you know, you just got to know which muscles to work out. And she like goes to flex, and you can see like a little bulge, and then she like questions doing that because she's afraid to intimidate you.
Don't worry, she didn't.
Um,
Is she sweating?
A little bit, yeah. You can see sort of like the
Alright.
the heavy makeup that everyone's wearing starts to like drip a little bit.
Interesting. Well, this has been fun. I will
That's what we're here for.
just kind of step back and watch the other games and see if there is anything else that looks unusual.
Yeah,
But otherwise, it looks like just fucking dumb carnival games, I assume.
occult or unusual.
So.
Are you so Octavia and Imogen? Are you going to follow them, or are you going to check out one of the other attractions?
I think we're gonna go check out. I gotta scroll back up in the Zoom chat for what we decided privately.
Imogen, is there
There we go.
anywhere that you would suggest? I mean, we're looking for people who seem to be trapped. Any of the last remaining attractions that may involve individuals?
Well, if we're looking for people that are trapped, the freak show probably would be the best guess. Can't imagine that's
Excellent
a very
idea.
nice place to be or work at.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'll take her arm and we go.
Start to head towards Baba Yaga's Bestial Freak Show. Also, I googled. Apparently, that's the word that people who work in freak shows prefer. Because I wanted
Oh,
to
good.
be.
I'm
Yeah,
glad
I
that
wanted
you
to be
looked.
sensitive, so I looked it up, and
Huh.
apparently that's it.
Interesting.
So you head towards what appears to be like this large tent, or I guess medium-sized tent compared to everything else. And there's a stage set up in front of it with sort of the like curtains that would lead from the tent onto the stage. And you can see this one doesn't have chairs set up like the puppet show. There's just sort of like a crowd sort of forming around the stage, and you see this like haggard looking woman with massive distressed hair and this long gnarled nose and like massive long claws, sort of just like pointing at people and riling them up before the show actually starts. And you gather that this is probably quote unquote Baba Yaga.
I can just feel the stage presence. I would like to.
Describe all of that. I'd do that.
I would like to have Sense the Unseen on as the show is about to begin.
All right. Give me a resolve and auspex.
Oh, that was terrible. I'm gonna use a willpower.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, that was better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 successes. Wow. So as you activate Sense the Unseen, you get that like pulling sensation. And now that you're closer to one of the attractions, as the like hype is starting to build up, you can feel like almost like cords around your body, but like your spirit body being tugged towards this tent.
It is. Are you feeling this sense of being drawn here, Imogen, as much as I am? I feel like we're on the right path.
All right. Okay.
Now that it's been brought
Not
up,
the same for you, no?
give me a willpower, Imogen.
God One success.
Yeah, nothing. You're just excited to be here.
Okay.
I'll lean down to Prophet. And does this count as the same scene, or do I need to do Feral Whispers again?
Again, if it's your ghoul, you don't
Oh,
need
yeah,
to
right.
roll for...
And I'll just whisper in his ear, "What do you think, boy? Is this similar to the beings you were feeling before we entered here?"
I was wrong. This seems fine.
I would like to do a wellness check on my pupper. This doesn't seem right.
Give me a wits and insight.
Can it be wits and animal ken?
Sure.
I have one more dot in that than insight, so.
It's like animal insight.
Yeah. 3?
Yeah, it feels a bit like Prophet has been like drawn up into the like festivities of the carnival at this point in a slightly uncomfortable way.
Well, you stay close to me, boy.
All right. As the woman kind of like stumbles around the stage and says, "I've gone around the world gathering all of these freaks and brought them here for you to ogle and awe and fear. What you are about to see will possibly shake you to your very core." And the show is about to begin, but we are going to jump back to Leon. So you are about to do the tossing of the rings. I'm going to need you to give me a Dex and Athletics.
I have 3 of these, so let's see how
Nice.
this goes.
You can also rouse the blood if you wish to.
Which will give you extra dice for one of your skills.
What does that cost me?
So you'll roll a hunger dice to see if it makes you get more hungry.
Okay, I can roll a hungry dice for a little blood rousing. I got a 6 on the hunger dice.
Nice. So you are
Nice.
not more hungry, but you sort of like force the blood into your muscles and whatnot to give yourself a little bit more dexterity. So you can add 2 dice to this roll.
All right, that's. Oh, okay. That's 2. That's 2 successes.
Oof.
2 out of 5. That's fine.
So the two of you
Okay.
sort of like square up and you toss the ring and you see it kind of like land and then like wiggle and bounce and fall off while your partner's Miles throws it and it sort of like goes way wide over all the array.
Partner's a strong word to use, but
Your rival. All right, you have 2 more to go. Give me another one.
is the same blood rouse good? Or
Yes,
do I have
the
to-
entire
Okay,
scene.
wonderful. All right, that is 3 successes.
Nice.
Better.
I will tell you, it is almost impossible for Miles to get this unless several
You
of
keep
these
rolling.
are crits. Once again, Miles like looks at you, readies up, and then gets a little bit nervous and tosses and like hits the side of one and flops down. Yours gets a bit closer. It actually sort of like lands, but the momentum of its forward movement sort of flips it over one of the bottles.
Okay, one more then.
This is your final one.
Have a plan, which is called lose interest if I fail.
I fucking love that.
All right, so that is. I got lucky. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hey.
Got it. Couple fails, but a couple crits.
So remembering what
Oh,
Miles
God.
told you about this spinning the ring, you sort of like, you're like, oh yeah. You were just, it was flair that the final one would be the one that hits the glass, and you just flick it, and it just hits the edge, flips down, and then spins itself into position on the glass. And upon seeing this, Miles like just sort of like drops it and is like, I don't think there was any way I was gonna get that. Good job. And the attendant, who is like again not really paying attention, looks over and says, all right, good job, you've won, and sort of like goes into their sack and pulls out a music box, but one of those like those little ones that you tune up, and it's got the like metal prongs that as it turns flick the thing, and says, you've won this musical thingy, I guess. Good job. And sort of like takes a stick and flicks the ring off of the glass.
Can I ask a question?
To me or the attendant?
The attendant.
Sure, just make it quick.
How often do people tend to win this one?
All the time. It's these games aren't meant to be too difficult. People just gotta focus.
What do I have to roll to see through that?
Bitch, you lying!
That's a fucking bullshit.
Give me a wits and insight.
Oh, wonderful. As a professional bullshitter myself, I'm good at seeing through this one. Apparently not as good as I hoped. Only 3.
Look.
That was good. They only got a 1.
Yeah.
They're like bullshitting you, but in that way where they're like reading off a script because they 100% don't care.
They don't get paid enough for this shit.
Yeah.
You could simply just level with me. I don't care about your boss. I'm not going to tell anyone. I'm curious.
Just looks at you. Fine. It's harder than it looks. Once in a while, people get lucky, like yourself. But I don't have that many music boxes in here, to be honest.
Thank you. I tend to be a little lucky. You have a wonderful day.
All right.
I feel like Miles deserves something.
Miles looks over
They
and
tried.
says, "So, the castle, then you said?"
Wasn't that if they did it?
Wink.
Yes.
Forgive me if I'm wrong. Wasn't that if you happened to win it?
All right.
But
Wait. Then I was supposed to give you the. Did we? I don't think we made a condition for if you won.
it's okay. It's okay. Is there anything? You know what? I will allow you to have a nice night in the castle. I'll be there a little bit later.
All right.
And I do have I think an old metal heavy key.
Jeez. And you give.
I think it's just legit in side my coat, so I just reach in. Of course, nothing subtle here.
Yeah. And you tell Miles where it is located.
Yes.
Nice. Just wide-eyed, this is the hypest thing that has ever happened to Miles. Some
It'll be a night
some
to
hot
remember,
person has
dear.
invited them to a creepy castle late at night, and they kind of grab the cotton candy and just I'll head over as soon as possible then.
Of course. I will be out sort of gallivanting for a little bit, but I will return.
I hope you don't mind if I look around. I've never been in a castle before.
It's okay. Yep. I have nothing to hide.
Had to think about it for a second. It's is there something in there? I don't know.
That's what we call dinner for later.
Ah, yeah.
We call that meal prep in the biz.
Yes.
Do you
We
pay
love
your
to
Uber
see
Eats
it.
driver when Miles gets to your house?
I will, of course, go find Evelyn after this.
All right, so the two of you meet up. So there is the sack bag throwing competition at this point, but I think you also do notice that Imogen and Octavia are waiting for the Baba Yaga's show to start.
Do you want to play the other game? I am rather curious about the freak show, personally, but
Yes. Did you happen to win a prize, by the way?
I pull out my little thing. I'm like, yes, isn't it quaint?
About as quaint as mine.
I do think that mortals weren't really made for these sorts of games.
It seems like they are made of. It just seems like an extra challenge. But I also thought of something that might be a little fun, sort of something to remember me and the evening by. A little gift exchange.
Oh. What would you like?
My gift for your gift. Just something simple.
Fine. Wasn't overly attached to this one anyways.
I think
I just pass it on.
all the more sweeter now that mine is from you.
Oh.
Oh.
Ow.
Leon's just like this. This is how they get in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, this is it.
I don't know, you gonna join the group or do the sat game?
I think we're joining the group? Question mark? It didn't seem like we were overly keen on the other
Yeah,
game.
I think we're down to just go rejoin.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
We're bored.
as you head over, the Baba Yaga show seems to be picking up, and I can't believe you won that. The difficulty was 6, and you were like, I think you're the one with the least dex in athletics, and I love it.
Should have been me.
I'm lucky.
But we're going to go on break before we do the Baba Yaga show. So we
Woo, woo,
will
woo.
be right back. We're on YouTube, so it probably won't be a long break.
See
yeah.
you in a hot sec.
Ah, yeah.
If you're looking to support Indigenous businesses, check out Simply Indigenous. They are a monthly curated box that includes products made by Indigenous peoples and businesses. Their products range from skincare, beadwork, books, coffee, and much more. Their main goal is to support Indigenous businesses through Canada by creating an accessible and direct avenue to a wide range of Indigenous products. Today, supporting Indigenous is more important than ever, and Simply Indigenous allows you to do just that while also receiving some amazing products right to your door. So, simply shop Indigenous at simplyindigenous.ca.
Hello.
Hello.
So, Imogen and Octavia, you were sort of getting hyped up by the Baba Yaga. At this point, you can tell that, like, her gnarled nose has little strings that go up behind her ears. And she's wearing, like, flesh-colored gloves that probably have, like, stuff inside of them to make them look long and gnarled. And hopefully wearing a wig because that hair is distressed to all hell and will have some trouble getting back to normal. At this point, Evelyn and Leon sort of sidle up next to you near the back of the audience.
Is it
Well-
just about to start, or can we like fill each other in?
It's kind of that thing where it's like ambiguous, like the person up on stage is just waiting for a good crowd to start.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, well, what did we miss?
There seems to be some sort of doll in the chantry that I could not touch. I couldn't get close to it. Everything else was cheap knickknacks and scares, but not this doll. I'm very intrigued.
Is also named Marguerite.
Oh.
Very important point, I think, there.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Imogen.
Well, I'm here. You obviously tried to commune with this doll. I assume you would. I know you very well at this point. I feel like you would
Yes.
just do these things.
No conversation was able to be fully formed, but there is definitely a spirit attached to this plaything.
Do you think perhaps whoever runs this carnival knows we are here and is trying to get in our heads by naming things after people we know?
Did you have something similar happen to you?
Oh no, just the thought of a doll being named Marguerite, and I don't trust anything in this carnival.
Yes, it could be.
We won a few carnival games. That's really all it was, and I think it was clearly rigged carnival games that we won by pure skill and, well, we are a little bit more powerful than some of the people here. So,
I will also mention the Hall of Mirrors happened to
oh yes,
have
the whole.
quite a bit of unseen. I was able to commune with them, of course not to the skill as you do, Octavia. You are more blessed in that category than I am. But I did happen to commune, and it seems like there may hopefully be a way to free those souls in those mirrors.
Yes, I didn't see anything there. In fact, I really don't like to think about that Hall of Mirrors. Anyways.
It seems that every attraction we visit, I am being pulled in closer. Prophet was very adamant about the dangers before we entered, and now seems to be under some sort of guise.
Allegedly.
He wants me to tell you allegedly.
I also have a meal for later, but that's another thing.
Oh, yes.
I'll share.
See if these.
It's okay,
lost
it's
souls
not
are
my
the
type.
show.
As you're having this discussion, you hear the woman on the stage say, yes, come closer. You'll want to see this in particular. And you see this, like, very timid-looking couple sort of come up to the front and, like, sit there, seeming like that like, very nervous but excited to be startled by the strange and macabre, and says, yes, there's a few stragglers out back, and starts waving the lot of you to come tighten up the group a little bit.
Go a bit closer. Just
Go
a
along.
little bit.
Now, welcome. As you may know, I am the Baba Yaga, a old and ancient witch from the forest, and I've met all kinds of the night, and I have brought them here for you to gaze upon in fright and delight. Now, first, we have for you a shocking and disturbing individual with feats of discomfort and pain. This horrifying creature. And as she, like, gestures towards the tent, it opens, and you see this, like, very pale, thin, shirtless man walk out, and you can see kind of, like, bones protruding under their skin. But you also notice lesions all across their skin that appear to be from, like, insect bites. There's a lot of, like, welts and stuff all over the place. Yes. This creature in front of you is known to consume the stinging pests that are known to ruin anyone's summer picnic. And a few, like, chucklers around you. Watch as his body becomes filled with the buzzing of thousands of bees. And sort of like these attendants roll out this almost like food tray, but on it is this like wooden crate that even from this distance you can hear like buzzing coming from. And the person like reaches behind the table and pulls out what almost looks like a torch, but it's covered in like golden thick honey, and they stick it into sort of like a rubber entrance on the top of the wooden crate. And as they pull it out, you just see like tons of bees swarming around this. And the Baba Yaga looks out to you and says, "Now, those of you who are a bit squeamish may want to avert your eyes for this next part." And the figure like holds the torch above their mouth and sort of like a sword swallower puts the torch down their throat. And you see for a moment as they like engulf this torch, and you see a few bees like fly around, but they end up like crawling into the figure's mouth. And they pull the torch out, and it is like completely clean at this point. And I'm gonna need all of you to give me a wits and awareness real quick.
Wits and awareness.
3 successes.
Ooh.
Also 3.
Ooh.
Also 3!
Ooh.
Come on, Dare. Leon.
It's 4.
Nice.
Well.
Okay, 3s come in 3s.
It's very funny.
So, Imogen, Octavia, and Evelyn, you can still hear, like, the buzzing from the box and stuff, and the person is, like, flourishing and, like, opening their mouth, and, like, a few of the crowd is, like, gasping and stuff. Leon, you can actually see their stomach sort of, like, bump a little bit as if the bees are like inside of them, and you can sort of make out the buzzing within their body. And the Baba Yaga, everybody's like oohing and ahhing and says, yes, this individual is like a hive, one might say. And a fishbowl comes out from one of the attendants, and the person holds the fishbowl up to their mouth and just like spews all of the bees into it and flips it upside down onto the crate. And it is wheeled out, and the person like bows for everybody to clap for them.
Who is closest to me?
I would assume me, because we came in together.
I will whisper exactly what I saw to you.
As someone who's one of their clan disciplines would be animalism, would I know a little bit more about what those powers could be?
Yeah, I
or
feel
would
like
I just know the ones that I have?
even without rolling, I feel like one of your gang members probably has this ability.
Okay.
Cool. And you give me an int and occult just to see if it might be something else.
Cool. Intelligence and occult?
Yeah. You could also do that, Leon, if you wish.
Okay.
3 successes.
Ooh.
I got 2 of these.
2 tens.
Could be two
two
tens. Come on.
That was actually 1 10, so that's 2 successes.
Or it's got to be 2 10s to be 2
2
successes.
10s.
Yeah.
Ah, dang.
Unless the
All right,
other
so 1
one's-
success.
Yeah. You, I would say, Leon, this like disciplines amongst clans is pretty common knowledge. You would know that clans that have animalism can eventually get the ability to like house swarms of insects within them. Just a horrifying aesthetic. But Evelyn, this is like instantly the first thing that comes to mind. In fact, Tanita has this ability.
Right, okay.
One of your
Her
gang
tummy
members.
was out. Her
Yeah.
tummy.
Her
Yeah.
her tummy.
Her tummy.
Her tummer was full of bees.
A whole new meeting of butterflies in your stomach.
Oh, God.
Oh, but that'd be the sweetest version of it.
Not for the butterflies.
Did you play Resident Evil 7?
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah. Ooh, that Marguerite was a no bueno.
Oh God, her name was Marguerite.
Three
was.
margaritas, baby.
Sorry, I derailed it by mentioning that.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
Wow.
Anyways, so yes, this is the first thing that comes to mind. But there's like, you've been around for like 90 years now in this community. There's like a little hint in your mind that like this is also something that like people from like fairy communities are able to do. Like if you're from the sleeping world or something, you could be potentially a like hive or like a bug creature that can do this, but nothing definitive enough. Like you didn't get a good view of this person enough to know. It's just something that like in the back of your mind you're like, oh yeah, this could be, but
So
who knows.
Yeah, okay. I feel like I'm leaning more towards possibly our peeps. Just with all the clues we're picking up with how many other masquerade breaking things, I feel like I'm leaning towards that.
This next one I met out in the woods fighting bears. Apparently the men of the docks weren't a challenge enough for her. If I didn't find her when I did, she might be off on the savannah wrestling elephants by now. And the tent opens and you see just like this massive woman in the like wrestling leotard with a giant belt that has what appears to be an image of herself fighting a bear on it.
Nice.
And she kind of like comes out and starts like flexing for you all and just like enormous, nearly comical muscles at this point. And as she's flexing, a group of attendants, just 3 burly ass men, start pulling a rope out from the tent as this cart with a massive barbell on it, as they're just like straining to pull it up behind her. And sort of like huff as she sort of like laughs in their direction as they head back into the tent. And the Baba Yaga says, "Now I know we have no children out here tonight, but if you continue to eat your vegetables, you might end up like the Iron Behemoth herself." And she sort of flexes, and the Baba Yaga says, "This weight weighs over 2 tons, more than any mortal could carry, but I'm not so sure that she is." And the woman bends down and with one arm sort of like for a moment can't pull it up, and just like this heaving grunt pulls it up, and you see the metal of the barbell begin to like bend as the weights themselves are like breaking it in the middle, and she lifts it above herself with this heaving grunt and then flexes with the other arm. And the Baba Yaga says, "Again, not quite sure she's mortal." And everyone just like gasping and clapping and stuff, and a few whistles from the crowd as she waits for everybody to clap for her.
I feel like I would be used to listening and like determining the weight of beings based on like how they walk. Could I get a sense of the weight of the barbell while it was on the cart?
Give me a wits and awareness. That's some smart think right there.
Haha.
Big brain.
4 successes.
So as you're listening, 2 tons is a fuck ton of weight.
Yeah.
And from Imogen's description of this area, this like stage is made of wood, and you don't hear like creaking of the wood under the weight as she lifts it up.
Suspicious.
And yeah, it seems like, again, either something magic is going on or fake, much like the Chantry itself. And she's kind of like, as she's feeling sufficient of the claps, sort of like walks back into the tent, still holding the barbell. And one of the crew members comes and pulls it out. The show continues with a cavalcade of people with different abilities. There's a contortionist who does like the snapping of their shoulder blades and cracking back, that to you doesn't seem magical. People with what is that, like double jointed people can can do that.
Yeah.
Hyper flexible and yeah.
Somebody comes out that has a tail, and sort of like that's the rub, is that they've got a tail, and they kind of like act like a monkey to hype up the moment. And then somebody comes out whose big thing is that they just have a shit ton of piercings and tattoos, and everybody's like oohing and ahhing, as that's so scary and disturbing.
While the show is happening, can I try and get a feel of if anyone in the crowd sort of stands out, their aura sort of stands out to me as like not really belonging?
Sure. Are you doing like Sense the Beast then?
I don't have Sense the Beast, but
You
I can use my Sense the Unseen.
That's true. And if
that would
anybody else
probably
would
be
want
what
to
I
do
would
anything during the show, you are free to do so.
Yeah, I could try using Sense the Beast.
Cool. You can do Resolve an Auspex Char and...
Mine is Resolve in Animalism.
Nice. Are Imogen and Leon doing anything?
No.
I don't really have anything for this.
I don't want to get attacked. I don't trust that these are not vamps.
2 tens!
Ooh.
4, 5, 6, 7! That's
Nice.
one of my biggest rolls yet in this game.
I also got 2 tens, but nothing else. I rolled 4 dice and 2 of them were 10s. So
All right.
that's it. Yeah.
So we're going to
Could be
do
worse.
Evelyn first.
Okay.
So there's almost like you pull upon this power, and you feel it like work, but you almost feel like something is trying to prevent you from having it work at this point. And as everybody comes up on stage and you're doing this, occasionally with one or two of them, you sense the beast. You sense something on them, but not all of them. It's kind of like that thing that you said as a lie yourself. It's like hide the lie behind the truth. Like some of these people are genuinely just people with abilities, but some of them are supernatural in some way. Nobody in the crowd seems to be supernatural. The entire time you've been here, you haven't sensed that any of the like carnival goers are actually supernatural in any way. It's all the
people running the show, and okay.
And you were doing Sense the Unseen, Octavia?
Yes.
What are you specifically focusing on? Is it the attraction itself?
Well, now I want to say that, but no, I was trying to look at the crowd.
Right. You sense not that any of them are supernatural themselves, but everybody is losing something. And you can't quite place the feeling, but it's seeming that the longer people are here, something is being taken.
Do I feel like it's being taken from like the coterie too?
Only a few of you. You sense a little bit in Prophet.
No!
You sense a little bit in Imogen. And you sense a little bit in yourself. Something.
I'm strong.
Something is like, and it's so unnoticeable. It's like going to look at your change and you're missing a penny. Like it's something you wouldn't really notice unless you were specifically looking for it.
I'll like mutter that quietly to our group. That something seems to be draining the crowd, even some of us.
Well, I feel fine.
Same.
As she says that, Leon and Evelyn, I'm going to need a willpower check.
I'm sorry, I changed you.
Right. So for willpower, it's the amount that aren't filled in.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I remember.
Perfect.
Good job. You're a pro now.
Yeah, you can go to the fucking Vampire the Masquerade Olympics now.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's specifically amateurs.
I got 3 successes. On that
Okay.
Got one.
So Evelyn, you almost are aware, like once Octavia brings this to your attention, like you sense that like all of the frivolity and all of the like attention that is being drawn to all of these attractions normally would be drawing something, but you're a sus lady. You know what's going on.
Yeah.
Leon, nothing seems wrong. Octavia's words fall on deaf ears.
That feels about right.
And finally, the group, the cavalcade, joins the Baba Yaga on stage as they all bow for their attention, and everybody claps for them. And the Baba Yaga says to you, "Now they must return to the tent where we can attend to them. Please join us later when we can tantalize you once more." And sort of like this gracious bow, and the troop goes back into the tent.
Interesting.
What are you suggested speaking to management, Evelyn? Is that something? Should we check out the last attraction, or should we do that next?
You do have
I am curious about
Dracula's demented domain.
what seems to be
Yes.
happening to us. Although it is happening slowly.
I think we should gather all the facts before marching up to whoever might be in charge.
I am a
don't
bit
want to-
impulsive. Very true.
We don't want to not have enough evidence, even though there is quite a bit of things going on here that would obviously not be anything that they should want to get out. But I don't necessarily trust these people. They might try to pull the wool over our eyes if we don't get all of the facts. Shall we?
What do you think, Imogen? Are you down to do a little bit of exploring?
Sure.
In-
Yes, I think probably looking at the last booth exhibit. Don't know. I don't know what it is. So let's. Yes.
Leon,
Yes.
fancy to make a new friend in Dracula?
I've made enough new friends this evening, but I think I could use it for my benefit.
That's a good point, actually. Octavia, Evelyn, and Leon 100% know that Dracula is a real-ass kindred. Dracula is a Zamichi who exists and 100% is part of common vampire knowledge.
Yes.
For Imogen, this is a point in history where Dracula hasn't become part of the zeitgeist yet. So it's not like Dracula hasn't become the de facto vampire in pop culture. So it probably has no idea who Dracula is. Just a cool ass name.
Right.
And we'll head over.
You're gonna head over to Dracula's demented domain.
I think while we walk, I'll also slip Prophet's leash. I'll clip Prophet's leash on. I'm just a bit concerned.
Yeah, that's fair. Again, like Prophet, like you are so in tune to Prophet that like you can tell something's wrong, but Prophet
Doesn't even know
seems
himself.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you approach, you see almost this like hollowed out person again in the red and white stripes, but just like playing up that like I have seen so much. Welcome to Dracula's demented domain. Those of you who enter are welcome guests, but do not overstay our gracious welcome. Tickets, please.
I will give tickets.
Yeah.
I have a question for the booth person.
Anything that you wish.
Who is this Dracula? I've never really heard that tale. I'm sort of a novice at the macabre.
He is the master of the domain. He's graciously allowed people to enter his home for entertainment and welcomes those who love the macabre. Perhaps you will find your answers inside, but the master himself wishes you only delight in entering his home.
Can I roll something to see if there's anything
wits and
beyond
insight.
this? Wonderful. That sounded canned as hell.
Is this a script or are you under a spell? I can't tell.
Oh my. This is okay. This is a very good. So
Nice.
three crits,
Jeez.
So that's already 6 right there.
Oh.
and then 1, 2, 3. That is 9 successes.
Holy shit.
Everything I rolled was a success or
Yeah.
a crit.
Yeah.
You're a Connor at heart. You can tell that the moment that you enter this home, this person's gonna go for a smoke break, probably after the show, gonna have drinks at the pub with the lads. Like, this person is 100% a paid actor to pretend to be this hollowed out corpse in front of you.
I lean in a little closer. I'm like, level with me here. I'm just mostly curious. I've never heard the story of Dracula, and I wanted to know where I could find more. Just an interested fan of the macabre, you see.
Well, the story is that Dracula is a creature that feeds off of the blood of mortals. To be honest, it's a tale that one of our benefactors has been working on for some time, and sort of like drops the facade a little bit. This is publication, I assure you. A advertisement for an upcoming tale of one of our benefactors.
Oh, do you happen to know where I could... I also happen to be a bit of an investor myself, so I wanted to know if you managed to know who I could talk to maybe offer some of my earnings to help publish such fine art.
Listen, I'm just an actor.
Oh, I just wanted to know who your boss is, so... I mean, of course I'll throw you a little something for this.
Some guy named Stoker, I believe. Bram.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, my friend.
Yeah. Can I get back to my job, my dude?
No, absolutely.
My dude.
I like slip them some money for their trouble.
Sick. Just like
My dude.
Just
It's 1890X, and my dude is created.
hell yeah. This random carny is like, I'm so fucking sick of people asking this question. My dude, can you please just chill for a moment? And they sort of like straighten up and like, again, enter at your own risk. And like waves you towards this like very nicely carved out door in the side of this attraction.
I relay everything I got to the rest of the party. So there happens to be some sort of investor named Bram Stoker telling the story of Dracula, which seems quite interesting because, I mean,
They shouldn't be doing that.
Yes, the Masquerade will be broken in quite a large way if this happens to be a big enough deal.
That seems concerning.
Sometimes the best way to hide is in plain sight.
Oh, it works. Absolutely.
Give me an intelligence and academics, Imogen.
Ooh.
That's like nothing, you know that, right?
Rouse the blood.
Which is why it's gotta be you.
Yeah.
It's gotta be you.
Yeah, I'll arouse the blood for this one.
All right, sick.
A 10.
How's
Nice.
the blood
Yeah.
to learn?
At 2
Gotta
extra,
get
yeah.
a big
Brain blood.
No, Auntie. I mean, it's literally calling upon your aunt to be like, Auntie, what is going on
What
here?
is this?
3
What?
successes.
You have 100% heard of an Irish author named Bram Stoker. Your aunt has talked about this person before.
That's an Irish name. I've definitely heard it before.
Have you?
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Interesting.
Empty
don't
head. That's about it, I think. She gets
Just like,
Just
cool.
like-
Hey, my
Continue.
beast is like, hey, BT dubs.
Yeah.
Perhaps something more will come to you as we see the exhibit. If you're familiar with this
Perhaps.
writer's work.
perhaps, yes.
Do you all enter?
Yeah.
Yes.
So as you open the door, it's like intentionally poorly oiled, and it goes as you open it.
Charming.
And through a bit of like obscuring cloth hanging, you enter a small entranceway bathed in a red light that seems to be coming from a covered lamp on the side. The wall is covered in faux brick and macabre paintings. A skeleton in a dress, a man and a child smiling blankly with darkened eyes, a woman in a mourning outfit holding her own severed head, And from the ceiling, you see a chandelier made of skulls and bones, sort of like nicely decorated. Octavia, this place smells so bad. It is mildewy, dusty, that like smell of just like people, countless people who have walked through this area. And you hear a voice come through the entire house. Esteemed guests, welcome to my humble home. I am Dracula. And, well, I'll be your host while you reside within my domain. While my decor may seem macabre to some, you may rest assured that no harm will befall you while you roam these halls. But do not overstay your welcome. For when the third moon rises, I cannot guarantee your safety. So please, enjoy my hospitality while it lasts. And a skeleton drops from the ceiling to scare you all.
Well, now I want to stay.
Imogen is scared.
Does that sort of ring true with what I'm seeing happen to the crowds? What I'm feeling happen to the crowds?
Let's say the three older vampires, if you wish, you can give me an intelligence and occult. So Leon, Evelyn, and Octavia.
Gonna rouse the blood once again.
Cool.
Actually, I might do that too.
Cool. And I'll say that it'll last throughout the whole house if you do
Cool. I didn't get hungrier.
that.
I
Nice.
didn't either.
Nice.
Let me grab
So
two more
lucky.
dice.
I'm gonna use a willpower.
All right.
4 successes.
Nice.
Damn.
Sad because I only got 110. And I was like, oh, it could have been so much better.
None.
Oh boy.
Oh.
5 successes. Jesus.
I got 3 5s. That's the most frustrating part of that.
So Leon, you're a bit distracted. This place is gaudy as hell. It's a meat house, kind of weird, and that voice acting was awful. Evelyn and Octavia, you know that the like 3-day rule is some Zamichi bullshit. Like Zamichis are incredibly hospitable. They'll like if you go into their house, they'll be nice. It's fine, but only for 3 days. And once the 3 days are over, all bets are off. So you know that this is extremely accurate to the lore of Dracula's clan.
So it's not like anything weird or shitty will happen to us if we stay past their third moon or whatever. It's just a dumb haunted house that's pulling on the lore of this
Yeah,
actual
it feels
thing.
more like the latter.
Okay, cool.
Well, that makes me feel a little bit better. Conferring that with you, Evelyn, I was a little concerned, but of course these...
They are pulling the wool over all of these people's eyes. And with truths, too, which is upsetting enough.
Do you continue on?
Yes, I think so.
So you you push through a dusty-smelling curtain as you walk into a dark hallway with sacks hanging from the ceiling. The sacks are kind of stained with like red and black liquids, and they obscure the view in front of you. And again, you hear the voice. Oh dear, please excuse the mess. I usually clean up before guests arrive. You see, this is where the furniture for my home is prepared. Just push your way through them. Fear not, they don't bite anymore.
Oh my god.
I smell the sacks.
Give me a wits and awareness.
Once again,
Yeah.
phrasing.
I didn't even think about that.
Oh, that's the worst. That's even more wholesome.
Oh boy.
3 successes.
Now I'm the one calling y'all out on this shit. It's not me doing it.
You smell like wood and like just I don't know what the
There's
fuck.
no like iron or blood.
No.
Here.
It's like sugary sweet
Yeah.
stains and stuff that just seems to be like fake at this point.
quaint.
Imogen, how are you doing with everything, by the way?
Rather spooky in here, isn't it?
You didn't look a little startled at the skeleton. I did want to check in. I think it's... I mean, the scariest thing about this place is the magic surrounding all of it, so... Just understand if you need any help. I'd be willing to lift, at the very least, a finger or two.
Oh, why, thank you so much. It's awfully kind of you.
It's the least I can do. Just wanted to check in, honestly.
So who's going to push through the sacks in the lead? What's your marching order, so to speak?
I'll go first.
I'm not gonna touch them.
I'll do it.
So Evelyn, you kind of like push aside, and you can hear like almost like somebody standing in the wall, going like as you're pushing through. And you make it to the end, and there's a nice red door with a golden handle.
As I'm pushing through and hearing all of this, I'm just like, ooh, yes, so scary. It's very, I'm shaking. And I'm rolling my eyes as I see this.
You hear a few more like extra groans as you do this, just trying to really ham it up.
Giving these poor actors the motivation they need to get through the day.
Hell yes. And through the door, you enter a dining hall. A long table sits in the middle of the room. It's relatively cramped, and it is adorned with empty plates, wine glasses, and cutlery. And in the center of the table is a covered platter. Above the table are what appear to be floating candles that, upon further inspection, are actually fingers. And you hear the voice again. I see you have made it just in time for dinner. My guests are always well fed. Please sit down and help yourself before it gets cold. And there's just the platter in the middle, the covered platter.
Anybody want to guess what's in here before I lift
I'm
it?
going to guess human head.
I was going to guess the same thing. Any other body parts we would like to gamble on today?
A
full
foot.
Fun. A foot. Okay.
Yes.
I'm thinking genitalia.
Ooh.
Jesus.
Let's see. And I
It's
just
a
I open it.
carnival.
I open it.
Haunted carnival.
Is it a head?
No kids here. It's all adults.
Under the,
In the 1890s.
Genitalia.
you underestimate how naughty people were in any period of
You're not
time.
wrong.
Is it genitalia? Is it just a, like?
No, it's a
Oh, okay.
it's like a severed bloody head who, upon lifting the platter, like looks up and screams "Ah!" at you. And you hear the voice say, "I hope you like your meat rare."
I just put the thing back on him.
We should have honestly bet on it. We could have made it something out.
We really should have. We're far too nice.
And there's
It's a
one.
fatal
I
flaw.
do think I like Octavia's idea better. That was far more imaginative.
It was interesting.
I don't even care for that sort of thing, but I just think it would have been funny.
It would have thrown us completely off. I would have actually jumped and been stuck.
Yes.
I mean, I've been incredibly afraid the entire time. It's
Oh,
work
yes,
of art.
terrified. So scary.
I do like to expect the unexpected.
Well, let us move on before we have overstayed our welcome.
Oh,
So the door leads to the next room, and you see an elaborately decorated bedroom with a 4-post bed against one wall. The curtains are drawn, but through them you swear you can see someone sort of like sitting up a little bit. The walls have more terrifying paintings. One painting appears to be of the room with 2 children standing next to the bed, but a skeleton is lying on it. Of course, there's Saturn devouring his kid.
Oh, good.
You know, there has to be.
Absolutely.
And a painting of a skeleton
gross.
putting on a skin suit, sort of like pulling up stockings. The room is fully furnished, but everything appears to be like nailed down. So there's like the platters.
So
with,
we
like,
can't take anything with us.
We can't steal.
Good.
on one
Love
wall,
it.
there is a full-length mirror that all of you can see yourselves, except for Imogen.
For Imogen.
As soon as I see the mirror, I kind of like sidle away from it.
And a door leads to the next room. The voice again comes on. How time flies when you're having fun. It's getting late and you must be exhausted. The bed is made and you shouldn't be disturbed.
Do we see anything in the bed?
Again, the kind of like the
Just the
curtains are
figure.
drawn, but you can see what appears to be like a figure just like sitting up in bed.
Well, I did it last time. Who wants to open the curtain?
I'll take this one for you.
I'm just like leaning back, just like I'm getting like kind of bored by the charade. Just like, oh, it's the same in every room. Okay, cool. Like, it's cheap jump scare this time. Cool. All right, yeah.
And as you pull the curtain away, Leon, you notice that like as you do, it almost seems like the curtain was stained a little bit in parts to make the appearance of a humanoid figure sitting in bed. And as you pull it aside, there's a skeleton sitting up in bed.
Wow.
I like this skeleton better than the first one. This one is living a life of luxury.
We press on.
Yeah, exactly.
The next door almost opens up into an attic staircase that goes extremely vertical, straight up. And at the top, you can see a door up there.
Is this one my go, or are we switching off every time?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I could go again, unless one of you wants to go ahead and go first.
A vertical ladder is not
Perhaps-
very
Perhaps
good
I should
for
just go.
me or for
Two of us can
profit.
sort of.
Yeah.
We can take turns going.
I'll go.
It's not
I'll
vertical.
go.
It's like 70-degree
Slanted.
Really
angle.
steep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So everybody could potentially get up to the top of it.
Okay.
It's just like the verticality is now adding an extra layer to the spooks and scares.
An optical illusion for those of you that can see.
It leads to another hallway, except the floors and walls appear to be made of human skin. Hair frills have been tied to the ends of a long rug leading to the end of the hallway. And the wall's skin is pulled tight between wooden molding. And all along the hall, there are different mirrors hanging on the side. They say a home's decor is a reflection of its owner. I like to think that you can see a little of me in these halls. I definitely could see a bit of you.
Does it feel real?
Give me another wits and awareness.
Why is Zoom full screen? Go
4.
away. There we go.
It feels like real. It doesn't like smell like skin or have like that sort of like rotting formaldehyde scent, but something eerily realistic creeps across you as you touch the walls.
This is now seeming as though it is what it appears to be.
Do I think anything's weird?
Yeah, can
'Cause
I?
can we,
I
like,
wits and awareness? Because Imogen is grossed out.
I would say just with Octavia's guidance
Okay.
now, like looking closer at the walls, it's either incredibly realistic or real.
I think I'd like to move on from this room.
Okay, it's for sure not just the like carnival getting to them though, because I wasn't feeling anything pulled from me.
Give me a wits and awareness, Evelyn.
Because yeah, I'm like curious because I know that you guys were feeling the pull and I was not. So where's my other hungry dice? Give me. That was 3 successes.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Okay.
Even with Octavia's guidance, it's like, again, either incredibly realistic or real.
Okay.
But yeah, there's
Yeah, we
now
can
a
move
hall of
on.
mirrors leading to the end.
Let us
Ugh,
be
more mirrors. God.
on our guard if we venture further.
And there's a door at the end of the hallway.
I'm gonna have Prophet pop lethal body and just lethal body for now.
Okay. And who's gonna open the door?
Oh,
My turn, I believe.
sure.
If Evelyn and I are switching off.
All right. So Leon, you go up. The door is like kind of flesh tone again and very awkward. And as you turn the handle, it feels locked. And then a hatch drops out from underneath you. And you plummet down into the darkness. And that is where we're going to end it for tonight.
I'm dead. I've died.
Is it all of us or was it a small hatch?
Just Leon.
no.
Oh.
Been there, Leon.
Yeah,
That's all you
Imogen
Yeah.
fell in a hole earlier.
Hey, that's true. I
Yeah.
love holes. What can I say?
God
damn.
damn.
The easiest way to support
I'm
Tabletop
so sorry.
Tiddies.
So sorry for the energy I brought to the space today.
The easiest way to support Tabletop Tiddies is to become a patron at patreon.com/tabletop tiddies. And if you want to check out all of our merch at tabletoptiddies.threadless.com, we have a sale going on right now for 10% off everything, and all t-shirts are $15, and that's going on until September 12th. Make sure you're following us on social media at Tabletop Tiddies, and if you tweet using hashtag TTTiddies, you'll have the chance of having an NPC named after you. Oh, shite. Oh, no. Oh, no, there's something I've forgotten to
Oh,
update.
heavens.
Hold on.
Heavens to Betsy.
We finished our Indiegogo shoutouts for Into the Revelia yesterday, but I feel like we have one more. We do. Zachary Sykes is our Indiegogo shoutout today.
Yay!
And our final Indiegogo shoutout. Thank you so much for your support.
Thanks, Zach.
Yay.
All of this information can be found on our website, which is www.tabletoptiddies.com. Every time I'm saying titties, it's with double D's.
And thank you so much,
Dare, for joining us.
Dare.
Yeah.
Tell us all your stuff,
Tell us
Dare.
all your stuff.
All of it? I don't have the time for that. But hi, I'm Dare. You can find most of what I do on Twitter or TikTok at NBDare. That is ENBYDARE. If you happen to like dice, like the ones that have served me well tonight, I would recommend going to dieharddice.com using the promo code NBDare for 10% off. If you happen to like coffee, I'd also recommend you go to grindingcoffee.co and use the promo code FOREST for 10% off there as well. I happen to be doing some fun streaming stuff coming up very soon. I'll just plug my usual spot and the fun one I have coming up very soon. I stream regularly every Thursday this month and every other Friday with the Ephemeral Forest. That is twitch.tv/ephemeral_forest. We are going to be playing a game of Interstitial this month. So I'm going to get nice and edgy and back into my true Kingdom Hearts self. And I love Interstitials. It's gonna be a problem. And in terms of the last one I can talk about, I'm very excited about, is starting September 14th. I am going to be part of Transplanter RPG for a little mini series. I'm going to bring back my one-shot character, Gentle, who's a very sweet little monk, and they are going to be going through that world with the rest of our disastrous monster hunters. But thank you so much for being here. This has been wonderful. I had a good time.
Yes, it was so
Yeah.
good. I'm just having the best time running you all through
Yeah.
this horror carnival. It's a new thing. I don't think any of you have heard of a horror carnival before.
It's brand new. You gotta patent this.
Oh yeah.
Are we leaving now? I think
That's
we're
it.
leaving.
I think we're leaving
That's all
now.
the things.
Bye.
Bye.